SmartCover, we've got it covered. This is the second video in a series concerning fighting I&I with the SmartCover Insight program. This section is how to use the report generator. Let's go to a site that has SmartCover locations. The green dots represent places where the level of water in the sewer is being measured. The blue drops represent places where there is rain. And so the combination of rain measurement and level measurement will tell you where you're going to have I&I. So how do you do it? So here's a location, and here's an organization, and here is the Smart Trend program here. We're going to go to I&I reporting. And in there we have recently done an I&I report. And we'll bring it up. This knob here represents sensitivity. And as the sensitivity or threshold, as the threshold goes down, we'll see more and more of the sites that are being caught. And let's take a look at this site here that has the highest impact. The impact is a combination of correlation and the magnitude of the water flowing in. There are other parameters, including the quality of the data. These are all good. But let's look by impact first. Here is a combined graph. We'll select that. And in red you see the rain, and in blue you see the sewer. It's a very interesting combination. The other thing you could do here is select from the lower left, hold on to the knob and bring it up to the right, and you can see this expanded. And so now we're looking at rain as it comes in. The fast response is inflow, and then as the rain drops off, we still see the water level high in the sewer, and that is probably infiltration coming in from the groundwater. So now we've been able to select the difference between inflow and infiltration, and we prioritized a site that probably needs some help in contrast to its other sites. Let's try it again. Let's go to this location, a little less correlation, a little less magnitude, but still it picks it up. And let's expand this graph here, and you really see the difference. Here is inflow coming in. We'll turn off the rain so you can see it. There's the sewer. We'll turn on the rain and turn off the sewer. There's just the rain. And together, we see the inflow come in quickly, and then over a while, the rain, the level of the sewer drops as the infiltration peters away. So this is how the basic mechanism of the I&I tool works. You have an organization, you select a date and time, and you create a report. We'll create a report, but I'm going to go to a different location. And from here, we have many more sites, many more rain locations, and the more rain locations you have, the more accurate picture you have of how the stormwater is getting into your system. So let's pick a site, and let's actually do the whole thing. We'll do the whole Smart Trend I&I report, and we'll take a look at this site way back here. This is in the range of August to September, October, and it's interesting because it shows a lot of rain at one time. And in fact, it had about 6 inches of rain, if I remember right, all in these bursts. So let's turn off the sewer for a second by clicking on that. There's just the rain. Put the sewer back. We'll turn off the rain, so you just see the sewer. There's a high correlation between these two, and because of the speed that they're happening, it's almost entirely inflow. These are areas that have some kind of open manhole cover or a breach somewhere in the sewer system so that stormwater is coming in very quickly. Let's change the threshold down again so we see more locations. If we go down just to see in contrast, let's take a look at this guy down here at the very bottom. And we look at that and we see some rain coming in, but very little of it is actually hitting the sewer. So we'll turn off the rain, and you can see very small indications of sewer intrusion by stormwater. There are other things to take a look at here. You can also go back to the map and look at the rain at one particular location. We'll view the chart. And we're looking back here about a month, but we can look back even further if we want to. But let's look back just this far. This slider here will help select an area for you to view. So we'll select that area. There's the view. We've got a total of about 2 inches of rain during that time. it takes about that much or more to make the INI visible. So that's the key process. But let's actually build a INI report based on this. Again, we go to Smart Trend, we go to INI report. Two ways to get there. And we'll create a new report here. And I'm going to leave it my name and the word test. And we're going to come back over here and go from December 1st to January 5th, say. I'm just going to make a change in that report. And we create the report. We click on this INI report again, and you'll see the calculations being done here. We're at 2%. The one thing about the INI detector, it does a lot of mathematics, and so you could expect it to take a minute or two to process all of your sites if you have a large number of sites. And if you have a large number of sites, you probably have a lot of work to do, and you need to prioritize them, and that's what that does. Notice also in Smart Trend, there are other things you can do. Here's the dashboard. And in the dashboard, you see all of your sites, what status they're in, and what type of flow is measured. If it's a diurnal flow, which is a good thing to look for, you know you're getting good measurements from that storm level, or from that sewer level. Whether it's low amplitude or irregular, those things probably need to be corrected. But let's go back to the INI report and see how we're doing. About halfway done. And let's take a look at another one that was done. This was a longer report that was done over Christmas. And we'll take a look at this data, very similar. In this case, this was almost a pure INI situation. Let's again select the lower left to the upper right, and you see the water go up and down, the storm water and the sewer go up and down very quickly. And notice in the background, we're still doing those calculations. Let's go back to reports. We're 77% done. And this is because there's a fair number of sites in this organization, so it's not a surprise that it takes a while. It's also calculating which is the closest rain gauge to look for. These are radar rain gauges. There's no physical device there. It's done entirely by NOAA-based radar. And so it's accurate and it's inexpensive, and we use that data. Let's go back to the INI report, see if we're done. And we are. And let's take a look at it. We have some correlations. I'm going to change the threshold again to see more sites. And let's look at this first site. And we've got a fair amount. Let's expand this guy here. Again, lower left to upper right. And what we're seeing is a fair amount of rain, probably more like infiltration than inflow, because it's not so extensive and it takes a longer period of time. We'll go back to the map. You can also see other kinds of measurements. There are stream flow measurements. There are tidal gauges, and all are possible, but the correlation with rain is the only one that uses these rain locations. Well, hopefully that gives you the answer about how you approach doing an INI report. In the first video, you learned about why to do the report, and in this video, you learned how to do the report. It's quick and easy, and you've got everything you need to do it. So give us a call at customer service if you have any questions at all. And thank you.